The following is a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.
Okay, folks, welcome to this week's Championship Wrestling presented by the Arena Theater. Standing by here with the big man, the Heritage Champion. This is what's this week in the main event. You, Starks, are you leaving today with this around your waist?
Nothing against Ricky Starks. He's one of the hottest talents right now in the entire NWA. But this is Hollywood. This is my house. This is my crown. And I'm the king, and it's staying with me.
All right, big words, big man, big championship, huge main event, 10 years on the air. Thank you very much for joining us, and let's get you to ringside.
Kicking things off, the United Tag Team Championships on the line. What a golden opportunity for this top young team. Wasted Youth, Sketch, Adriel Noctis, a huge opportunity under the bright lights of Milestone.
Man, bright lights can be tarnished too by these yellow stains on society. Kennelly, absolute degenerates we're looking at right now. Get him out of the ring, that's disgusting.
And here come the champions, the Soul Burners, Taylor and Thomas Day. What a title reign they have had. And a unique matchup here, not the matchup we thought. A lot has happened on the road to Milestone. Double Platinum couldn't come to terms with their contract with Jamie Iovine and the upper class. And Berman was quite frankly booted off the card thanks to some of the actions.
Oh yeah, this is great. This is a fantastic replacement. Let's go ahead and have a great match and fill it with a bunch of social degenerates. This is insane. Where's Vermin? Where's Vermin?
I, for one, love seeing Johnny Yuma get popped and dropped by Adrian Quest in a recent interview.
I, for one, don't care what you love seeing.
Regardless, United Tag Team titles on the line. Huge opportunity for Wasted Youth against the battle-tested champs that are more centered than ever before. Here to set the stage for our opening championship contest, our own Adnan Qureshi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. At a combined weight of 349 pounds, Adriel Noctis and Sketch Wasted Youth. And introducing the champions. At a combined weight of 383 pounds, they are the United World Tag Team Champions, Taylor and Thomas Day, the Soul Burners.
Great way to kick off the final installment of this huge anniversary celebration of all things championship wrestling from Hollywood here at Milestone. Tag team titles on the line.
You think for Milestone, a show, an event so powerful, so lustrous, you know, someone like Thomas, they would shave that chest hair of his.
It's been a bit of a weapon. Brazian can do wonders, and now we see Adriel Noctis and Sketch getting the jump on Taylor. Taylor, one of the most decorated champions in the history of this program. He's getting turned inside out early. What a start for Wasted Youth. Thomas Day off the top. He's not faring much better. Gets caught in midair.
Oh, Thomas Day now taking a lot of control over Wasted Youth, and the fans love it.
Trying to divide and conquer. Shot upstairs by Noctis. And again, a very impressive start by the upstarts. Wasted Youth taking control in this tag team title encounter. And that's not easy to do when you're in there with the champs.
Definitely not. You have tag team champions that are here. They are definitely decorated for a reason. And for them to go on the receiving end of all this definitely speaks volumes to the team they're facing. A bunch of degenerate cheaters, that's what I would say, Kennelly.
It's working out for him right now. Look out here, Sketch on the outside. Beautiful flip dive, taking down again both members of the Soul Burners, the reigning champions, who, had a short camp, weren't really prepared for Wasted Youth. And they're looking for the proving ground, that double knee. They're looking for the proving ground. They put a lot of teams away with this. Wise to it was Thomas Day. Makes the tag to the Swiss Army knife of championship wrestling from Hollywood. He slices, he dices, and Taylor's doing that right now.
Like a Ginsu, Kennelly, and Ryan
Swiss
Taylor. Army. Well, I'm saying like a Ginsu. I said like a Ginsu. It slices it. I hate you so much.
Delta World backbreaker, beautifully done by Taylor. Won every major title. Former television champion, heritage champion, and tag team title holder.
Ryan Taylor, you definitely you don't want to be on the other side of those strikes from Taylor. He's absolutely devastating with those
Oh
strikes.
my goodness.
That's what I was talking about right there. And the little muscle definition that Sketch does have is now gone.
It'll go through you like a hot knife through butter. Now we're seeing some of the signature double teaming by the Soul Burners, putting that arm on the dissection pan, pinning it down, but couldn't pin down Sketch for the 1-2-3.
I can't tell where Thomas Day's chest hair ends and Sketch's hair begins. It's like this one big mat. It looks like a bear died in the middle of the ring, Kennelly.
Some questions just will never be answered. Kind of like who is the question mark. We saw him in action last week.
Who was that masked man, Kennelly?
Saw that impressive display of karate.
Karate, that's what I said.
Karate. Nice knee to the midsection. That'll take some of the starch out of you. Into the cover goes Thomas Day, looking to retain the titles.
You think any of these four men know what starch is, Kennelly?
First, well, yeah, I guess it was a little dated. We've been here a decade.
Yes, you have. Do you feel old yet?
Getting there. Taking control right now is Taylor. Again, won so many titles. So dangerous. And Taylor in control. He will dismantle you in a hurry. The champs have it all going their way. Will it stay that way when we return here at Milestone?
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Just this year, the United States Tax Cuts and Jobs Act became official, and health insurance laws have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or struggling to afford your current health insurance, this could impact you. Call the number on your screen right now to find out how. It's free. New affordable health insurance, as well as dental coverage, is now available with low copays and deductibles and guaranteed coverage. Top quality health coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. The Affordable Health Insurance Hotline is now accepting calls. Call today. It's free. You may have insufficient coverage or may be significantly overpaying and not even realize it. If you're uninsured or unable to pay for health coverage, make this important call now. It's free. Find out if you qualify for health care, dental coverage, and more. That can start immediately. Get all the benefits that you're eligible for. Call 1-800-485-8914. That's 1-800-485-8914.
Are you over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days? I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. Call now for this free book on maximizing your income in retirement. Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers from leading financial firm J.D. Milberg. That's right, free. This book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we're about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known truths we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. And it's free.
Call 800-715-6903.
As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched numerous products and summarized rates and benefits of annuities, all from Sentinel Security Life Insurance Company.
Call 800-715-6903. That's 800-715-6903.
Call now.
Looks like you're not sleeping well.
How did you know? And Megan!
Hey, you're that guy.
The My Pillow guy.
That's right, and I'm here to help you get the best sleep of your lives. Just like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. I had tried every pillow out there and none of them worked. That's why I invented My Pillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck aligned. My Pillow will hold its shape all night long, regardless of your sleep position, for the best sleep of your life.
Call or go to mypillow.com. Use the promo code and save over 50% with Mike's 4-pack. You'll get 2 My Pillow premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. It's one of his best offers ever.
You're sleeping better.
Much better.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Week 3 of Milestone. Tag team titles on the line. Champs have taken over. Here's the cover. Sketch has been isolated for some time now and not where he wants to be in this one after a lightning fast start by Wasted Youth. Weren't wasting the opportunity. Another close call there.
You know, when the match starts off hot in your favor, it's your job to make sure that you keep that momentum going. And Wasted Youth just showing their inexperience here against this tag team, these tag team champions. They are not going to be able to defeat tag team champions by dropping the balls that quickly, and that's exactly what they've done. Now falling victim for their mistakes.
Oh, yep, serving up Sintons are the champs. All you can eat Sintons. Nice one there by Taylor. Look out here, springboard, moonsault by Thomas Day, style points, but will it be enough for the win? Not yet. Great tag teams in the history of this program. Rock Nest Monsters, The Tribe, Banditos, Reno Scum. Vermin, been an extremely competitive division throughout the years. And great representatives of that tag team division as the champions have been Soul Burners.
You know who I want to win this match, Kennelly? Vermin. That's who I wanted to win this match. And now I have absolutely no dog in this fight. It's like picking between a butt crack and an armpit.
Maybe Johnny Yuma should have kept his mouth shut. Adrian Quest shut it for him recently. Rocking back, putting the flexibility of the skate park scumbag to the test is Thomas Day. Might get the win by submission here.
Your body is not meant to bend that way unless you were a complete yoga freak like these two Soul Burners. This is not a good position to be in by any means. That is wrenching so many muscular issues in your back, in your legs, in your arms, and your shoulders. You cannot withstand that pain for too long.
Has enough, though, to shrug him off. Great agility by Thomas Day, however. Dragon screw leg whip. Isolating the leg. Man, look at the fluidity of motion of Thomas Day. Impressive.
Thomas Day is definitely a very, very impressive individual. You know, you figure, bicyclists and swimmers and stuff, they shave their arms to go be faster. Imagine if Thomas Day shaved that 8 pounds of hair, off his stomach and chest. He'd be like the Flash.
Throwing the fastball was Taylor right across the plate as Sketch was isolated, nowhere to go but down. You are really fascinated with the chest hair, aren't you?
It's disgusting. It looks like he bathed in honey and rolled around on the barbershop floor.
Painting the picture.
Oh
man, look at the.
That is nasty.
Look at the shoulder joint there of Sketch.
Disgusting.
That AC joint absolutely has got to be screaming. You wanted the opportunity, he's paying for it. Now looking to hyperextend the arm as well. Yes, hard to watch.
Imagine watching it from Sketch's point of view.
No thanks. Cover now by Taylor. Again, one of the most decorated champions history of this program. Championship action coming your way later on in our main event. Watts versus Ricky Starks, stroke daddy of the National Wrestling Alliance. What a unique main event title matchup that looks to be.
An unbelievably unique main event. And for the last main event in Milestone, that is definitely going to set the standard for future events in the upcoming year, Kenley.
Gutsy performance here by Sketch, doing anything he can to get out of harm's way. Makes the tag to a fresh Adriel Noctis, who has spent a lot of time on the apron. See if it pays off. Great offense here by Noctis, drives him straight down, looking to make championship history. Etch their name in the history of the tag team division of championship wrestling from Hollywood, but couldn't do it yet.
Imagine how embarrassed the company would be to have these social degenerates as their tag team champions and wearing any sort of belts whatsoever. Can you imagine that? That's embarrassing.
Cover.
I mean, I might, you know, I might just, the first, I'd probably just start cleaning house right away, and you'd be the first person I'd fire.
Well, we did have the Friendship Express at one point, Pack 3. Look at this, look at the double team. Oh my goodness, Upset City, here we go, pack your bags. No, close call, you can see the official there, Nick Bonanno, saying it was just that close.
That was very, very close, and look at the face of Noctis. Noctis couldn't believe it either. The Sketch needs to go over there and capitalize. They need to make sure they get over here and capitalize on this situation because Thomas Day is rocked. He is hurt regardless if he kicked out. That might have been the last of his energy.
Got to take advantage while Taylor is a non-factor. Double Japanese arm drag. Incredible. Taylor now checks back in. Not who you want to see. You're talking about throwing fastballs. There's the windup and the pitch.
Again, hitting with those strikes. Taylor's absolutely devastating with those strikes. Very, very, very effective.
Scissor kick on the way. There it is. Delivers. With deadly results. Noctis elevated into the uppercut, and the dreams might go up in flames here of Wasted Youth. Courtesy of Taylor.
Taylor's stalking his prey, as it were, and he's taking his pick. He's looking at both of them. So who should I go after? Who can I get? Who's even the legal man at this point, Kennelly?
I think he's calling for the knockout. He might have caught him there, and that would be he has gotten a knockout victory before. Oh, look at that, playing possum. Oh, I thought that was 3, so close. A little page out of the history books. But now they went for it earlier, did not hit the proving ground, but they're in sync right now. There it is, proving ground knee, hit to perfection. New champs on the way. Thomas Day makes the save.
Oh my goodness, Kennelly, this is Milestone, baby. One believable match we've had so far.
What a heads-up move, though, that counter into the inside cradle by Noctis. He had got knocked cold in a previous encounter. And Taylor, showing some sportsmanship there, was, asking for the official to take a look at him. They hit it once. Can they hit it twice? Can they put away Ryan Taylor? No, sir, not yet.
Ryan Taylor still has a lot of fight in him, and so does Thomas Day, who's now ascending the top rope. Not a good position for Sketch.
Ooh. Takes him up and over. Look out here. Heavy hitter. Swinging for the fences. Ocean View Pavilion knows what's up.
Looking for that Burning Man, Kennelly. This should be it.
Looking to strike that match. The balance here. Can they hit the Burning Man and seal the deal in a successful title defense? There it is, center of the ring. Will it be enough? Indeed it is.
Here are your winners, and still United World Tag Team Champions, the Soul Burners.
Impressive victory by the tag team champions. Get it done. Even more impressive when you think of the fight that Wasted Youth brought to them. More coming your way on this final installment of Milestone.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Diabetics understand all too well the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, You can immediately reduce your pain. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Attention all military and family of a member of the U.S. military. You had the courage to enlist, keeping your family and mine safe. But the earplugs you were issued were defective. The Department of Justice announced that 3M has agreed to pay $9.1 million to the United States military. Where is your compensation? Who's protecting you? At the Rely On Group, we understand your sacrifice. There's limited time to file a claim on your behalf. So call the Rely On Group right now. If you or a loved one was an active military member anytime between 2002 to the present day, were issued earplugs, and have suffered partial or full hearing loss or tinnitus, we can help. Call the Rely On Group at 800-923-3715. That's 800-923-3715. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Rely On Group, non-attorney spokesperson. Cases randomly assigned to participating law firms.
The Dreamers.
We changed the world.
Because we don't give up.
IU can help you live your dream.
IU is an online college, so your campus is wherever you want it to be.
Take classes when you want to take classes.
You receive the tools you need at no extra cost.
Even a brand new laptop and tablet to use in school.
Call IU, then tell them your dream.
Call 1-800-604-0483. That's 1-800-604-0483.
The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Introducing first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Lacey Ryan.
Chance to try and be at the top of the heap when it comes to the women's division here on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Try and dethrone the Killer Bay, who has claimed that spot, at least in her own mind. Lacey Ryan, an incredible athlete with the tools to get it done.
That's fine. They don't call the Killer Bay for nothing. 2 out of 3 falls, 2 straight victories, right, one after the other. Heather Monroe, this night belongs to you.
And introducing her opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Halston Body, she is the Killer Bay, Heather Monroe.
Killer Bay, Heather Monroe, set for action here at Milestone. Heather Monroe, a lot of great matchups and performances over the years here on this program, but tries to stay at the top of the heap, flanked by the self-proclaimed Prism of Excellence, Halston Body.
She is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. You talk about class. You talk about athleticism. You talk about beauty. You talk about brains. She has it all, Kennelly. She has it all wrapped up in an awesome package. And you have Halston Body in there just to put the cherry on the ice cream. That is the definition of upper class.
Well, world-class athlete, though, is her opposition in Lacey Ryan. Should be a good one. And again, we have to remind you, this is a 2 out of 3 falls matchup. So always pivotal and important to try and get that early advantage, lock in that first fall, and take the lead, as it were. So this one, not a sprint, but a marathon. We'll see these two great competitors a chance to really prove who is the best.
When you take that first fall, Kennelly, if you take that first fall, if you get that position to be the very first victor, the idea is you have to continue to capitalize on your opponent and do not let them rest. You take the fall, you get up as soon as the next part begins, and that's exactly what Heather Monroe is going to do. I guarantee it.
Easy for you to say. Look at this nice Japanese arm drag by Lacey Ryan, who had scored the takedown in the ground and pound previous to that. But you know, I'm picking up what you're putting down. It is a huge advantage if you can get that opening fall, and that's not lost on Lacey Ryan, who gets it. Wow, just
Here
like that.
Here is your winner of the first fall, Lacey Ryan.
What? Halfway there. Huge advantage. And what's that going to do to the psyche of the Killer Bay?
She wasn't ready, Kennelly. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. Restart the match. Restart the match. She wasn't ready.
Well, that's exactly what is going to happen because we will be going on to our second fall. A little strategy session here with Halston Body. Trying to restore order here with the Killer Bay.
They definitely came up with a plan, Kenley. That's what I saw. They came up with a plan.
Well, I will say this. The confidence seemed to return to the face of the Killer Bay. Swing and a miss. Well, now you see the plan coming to fruition. Good old-fashioned cheating. Misdirection. What a plan.
You call it
genius.
You call it cheating all you want. You want to distract somebody with a short attention span and call it cheating, that's fine. Lacey Ryan knows who her opponent is, and sure as hell is in Halston Body. She has no business going out there and striking a man who's not even in the match.
If you ask me, that's the type of plan you have if you're outgunned and outmatched.
Kenley, this is why nobody likes you. You come up with absolute BS like this. Heather Monroe is the absolute definition of class. We've said it time and time again. She would never do something like that to Lacey Ryan.
Well, maybe that's why all my commentary partners have left over the years. All right, snap suplex.
I'm just waiting on that big break, Kenley. Just waiting on that big break. They're going to call.
Stick with me long enough. It's bound to happen. But I'm right here at home in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and very happy to be so. Nice shot now as Heather Monroe is taking advantage, trying to get back in the lead, and she has to because she's got that one fall deficit. If Heather Monroe goes down yet again here to defeat, this thing's over, and it'll be the reverse of what you prophesized, a sweep, but it would be a sweep for Lacey Ryan.
Well, she still has the chance to sweep.
You kidding me? You see that?
I didn't see anything. Neither did you. She still has the chance to sweep Kenley. The next two falls are hers.
Okay, yes. Which would not be a sweep. It would be 2 falls to 1, but
it would be a later sweep. It'd be like a
right. I got you. Here we go. After the backbreaker into the cover. Close call. Heather Monroe now feverishly looking to tie this thing up at 1 fall apiece.
Heather Monroe's strong. You know, even though she lost that first fall, she's still in there. She still has that mindset to take apart Lacey Ryan. Very, very smart and cunning is she.
Shot up the middle by Lacey Ryan. Great striker as well. Training in the state of Nevada, known for fighting. First one didn't get her, second one did, into the cover. And Killer Bay seems rocked after that spinning back kick by Lacey Ryan.
We saw earlier tonight, she might just be playing possum, trying to lure in Lacey Ryan into her trap as the Killer Bay, Kenley. And it's working effectively, obviously. Now she's on top.
Into the cover now, looking to tie it up. Can she knot it up at 1? No, not yet. Killer Bay trying to tie this matchup up. It continues right after this.
Are you over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days? I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. Call now for this free book on maximizing your income in retirement. Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers from leading financial firm J.D. Milberg. That's right, free. This book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we're about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known truths we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. And it's free.
Call 800-715-6903.
As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched numerous products and summarized rates and benefits of annuities, all from Sentinel Security Life Insurance Company.
Call 800-715-6903. That's 800-715-6903.
Call now.
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Just this year, the United States Tax Cuts and Jobs Act became official, and health insurance laws have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or struggling to afford your current health insurance, this could impact you. Call the number on your screen right now to find out how. It's free. New affordable health insurance, as well as dental coverage, is now available with low copays and deductibles and guaranteed coverage. Top quality health coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. The Affordable Health Insurance Hotline is now accepting calls. Call today. It's free. You may have insufficient coverage or may be significantly overpaying and not even realize it. If you're uninsured or unable to pay for health coverage, make this important call now. It's free. Find out if you qualify for health care, dental coverage, and more. That can start immediately. Get all the benefits that you're eligible for. Call 1-800-485-8914. That's 1-800-485-8914.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Attention all military and family of a member of the U.S. military. You had the courage to enlist, keeping your family and mine safe. But the earplugs you were issued were defective. The Department of Justice announced that 3M has agreed to pay $9.1 million to the United States military. Where is your compensation? Who's protecting you? At the Rely On Group, we understand your sacrifice. There's limited time to file a claim on your behalf. So call the Rely On Group right now. If you or a loved one was an active military member anytime between 2002 to the present day, were issued earplugs, and have suffered partial or full hearing loss or tinnitus, we can help. Call the Rely On Group at 800-923-3715. That's 800-923-3715. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Rely On Group, not attorney spokesperson. Cases randomly assigned to participating law firms.
Welcome back, everyone, to this competitive matchup between Heather Monroe and Lacey Ryan. Lacey Ryan maintaining the lead here with 1 fall to nothing. And trying to change that is the Keller Bay. Keller Bay has been in control throughout the break, but was not able to secure a victory.
Not yet able to secure a victory yet. She's working on it, Kennelly.
Got Lacey Ryan in a bad way here, using her resources and surroundings. Into the cover. Grabbing the rope there was Lacey Ryan. Heads up move by her.
Heads up move. It's the easy way out is what that was, Kennelly. A real competitor would have kicked out, but no, she took the easy way out. And Heather Monroe, by the way, Heather Monroe might not have wanted to get the victory until the cameras came back on her once everybody came back from break.
Interesting analysis there. Was looking for that bad Bishinoku driver. Didn't hit it. Following in with the strike was Lacey Ryan. Back and forth seesaw matchup. But sense of urgency's got to be on the side of Heather Monroe. Who might get swept if this continues. Eating a series of shots here by Lacey Ryan. Sling blade now.
Lacey Ryan's getting some few lucky shots, I'll say that. And who could blame Heather Monroe for being just a little bit rattled because of these idiots who wouldn't shut up?
Lucky shots. Are you kidding me? Lacey Ryan, again, maintaining that advantage right now. 1 fall to nothing. Still eyeing that clean sweep, and you got to eye Halston Body. Look at this. Halston Body getting physical.
No, he defended himself. Self-defense is what that was. Self-defense.
Lacey went down in a heap there and now taking advantage. Lacey Ryan is completely out here. Heather Monroe looking to tie it up, and she does, but the big story here is...
Your winner of the second fall, Heather Monroe.
That nasty fall to the outside, followed by the suplex, and Monroe might be able to make it 2 quick falls here because Lacey Ryan in harm's way and big-time jeopardy here. She can't get back to a vertical base.
She smacked her head hard on that floor, Kennelly. Very, very hard. But I guess the lesson here is don't kick somebody on the outside who's defenseless against you, and you won't get the horns.
So we're down to the third and final fall. But the real fall was on the outside by Lacey Ryan, and that was the difference maker in this matchup. Both throwing everything they've got. Oh, that one caught her in a big way. Nothing wrong with that. Big shot by Lacey Ryan, but unable to capitalize.
That's okay. Halston Body's right there to give her the motivational pep talk. There he is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I love Halston Body. Go ahead and give her the motivational pep talk that she needs to get back up, get into the game. Doesn't matter. Don't listen to these idiots, Heather Monroe. Do not listen to them. They are not going to sign your paycheck. Go up there and take care of business like I know you can.
Well, Monroe might have Halston Body, but Lacey Ryan has the respect of the crowd in attendance. Caught her with the knee on the way down. That might be enough to rock her to finish this thing off. 2 falls to 1. Halston Body putting his hands on the official.
Putting his hands on the... Okay.
That could have been a disqualification. What? This thing could have been over, but instead he's being sent to the back.
No, absolutely not. Do not eject that man.
Yeah, use that man cape and fly away. Boy, he's really mad if he's breaking his fan.
He's turning against his fans.
Back inside. all tied up. Who's going to take that pivotal third and final fall, roll through out of the fireman's carry position? A second, third, or fourth wind here for Lacey Ryan.
Oh, Heather Monroe's in trouble.
Look at the
Kennelly.
distance. Big time splash with authority into the cover. Gonna take home the victory? No. The Killer Bay finds a way.
A lot of people would have laid down for that, Kennelly. They would have called it quits right there, and I wouldn't have blamed them one bit. Shows you the tenacity and the heart of Heather Monroe. Even though Halston body is no longer a factor, she's still in there, giving every single thing she can. That's why I absolutely love that woman.
Would have thought that splash would have taken the wind out of Heather Monroe's sails. Literally, it was a solid splash from the top. But Killer Bay digging down deep into this 7-year stretch. With the bridge, will Lacey Ryan tap? She's dead center in the ring here. Long way from the salvation of the ropes.
Too far away from the ropes, Kennelly. Too far away from the ropes. She'll never make it in time.
Reaching out with her foot now and gets there. But punishment, the damage being done is Heather Monroe holding on to that hold well after Lacey Ryan got to the ropes. And boy, whoever wins this thing is certainly going to earn it.
Absolutely, Kennelly, absolutely. And you talk about holding that move. That's very, very smart by Heather Monroe.
Counter inside cradle. Might come down to fundamental wrestling between these two. Big shot upstairs by Lacey Ryan following in. And back and forth. This is a fireworks show, Andrew Jasick.
This is insane. One surprise after another. Again now, this is what Milestone is all about. That might be it.
Bad Bishinoku driver into the cover. Gets it done.
Your winner of the third fall and the match, Heather Monroe.
Heather Monroe gets the 2-1 victory. Impressive there.
I told you. And there he is. There he is, the mastermind of it all. Yes. Yes.
Of course, Halston body out there to celebrate. Well, he played his role in the victory. He should celebrate.
Proud, very, very proud of these two. They should be proud of themselves. Kennelly, when's the last time you felt that good about yourself?
Well, we'll see who feels good after our main event coming up. The Hollywood Heritage title on the line. Watts defends against the Stroke Daddy, Ricky Starks. That coming up next.
All right, wrestling fans, we are moments away from our huge main event. I am joined at this time from NWA Power, the Stroke Daddy, Ricky Starks. And Ricky, in moments, you challenge Watts for the Hollywood Heritage Championship. Why are you the man to dethrone the monster?
I think you should ask your wife why I'm the man. Here's the thing. On my way here, I got a lot of text messages and a lot of emails from people saying, hey, I'm just giving you a forewarning. Watts is a monster. Be careful. But the thing is that while I respect Watts for his power and size and the fact that he is currently the Hollywood Heritage Champion, I want you to know that Stroke Daddy is known for knocking them down big or small, okay? And at the end of the day, when we're both laying down, we're all the same size. So here's what I want you to understand, Watts, the Hollywood monster, the Hollywood Heritage Champion. With great power comes a very high electricity bill. And I plan to knock your damn lights out.
A very confident challenger going into today's main event. That match is coming up next. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
The Dreamers.
We changed the world.
Because we don't give up.
IU can help you live your dream.
IU is an online college, so your campus is wherever you want it to be.
Take classes when you want to take classes.
You receive the tools you need at no extra cost.
Even a brand new laptop and tablet to use in school.
Call IU, then tell them your dream.
Call 1-800-604-0483. That's 1-800-604-0483.
Looks like you're not sleeping well.
How did you know? And Megan!
Hey, you're that guy.
The My Pillow guy.
That's right, and I'm here to help you get the best sleep of your lives. Just like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. I had tried every pillow out there and none of them worked. That's why I invented My Pillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck aligned. My Pillow will hold its shape all night long regardless of your sleep position for the best sleep of your life.
Call or go to mypillow.com. Use the promo code and save over 50% with Mike's 4-pack. You'll get 2 MyPillow premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. It's one of his best offers ever.
You're sleeping better.
Much better.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
My guest at this time is head matchmaker Nico Marquez. Nico, you said you had some exciting news to share. I can only guess what this is in reference to.
Well, Kathy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, not only do we have Ricky Starks versus Watts for the Hollywood Heritage title as our main event, but next week, we kick off our annual PP3 Memorial Cup tournament with these exciting matches. Zicky Dice takes on Anthony Idol. Andy Brown goes one-on-one with newcomer Ice Williams. Frankie Frank battles Ray Rosas. With Danny Limelight unable to compete due to injury, Ryan Kidd will take on his replacement, Jordan Clearwater.
All right, well, let's take it back to the ring for that.
Hey, well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I was just hit with the mood. To the fans, talent involved, you're welcome.
We close out Milestone with a high-profile Heritage title matchup. And very few shine brighter under the bright lights than Absolute. The Stroke Daddy, Ricky Starks, you've seen him. He's got victories here in the Ocean View Pavilion. And certainly victories in Atlanta, Georgia on NWA Power, where he's been a perennial contender for the NWA National Championship. But can he take home the Hollywood Heritage title? He's got the opportunity in our main event.
What an exciting couple of weeks we had, Kennelly. Milestone has been absolutely off the charts amazing, and no man better to close out this event than that man right there, Ricky Starks.
And there you see the reigning, defending, dominant Hollywood Heritage Champion, Watts. And you can hear what the fans think is going to happen in this main event. Watts won the title in another one of our huge signature annual events, the Red Carpet Rumble, and he has dominantly defended it ever since.
Has not lost that title yet, despite getting opponent after opponent after opponent. A very formidable contestants. Very, very, very scary at close encounters. Did Watts almost lose that title, but still held on, and that is why the support of these people in Hollywood.
Title's on the line as the Stroke Daddy faces the Squash God, and here to set the stage, our own Adnan Qureshi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Hollywood Heritage Championship. Introducing first the challenger from New Orleans, Louisiana, weighing in at 195 pounds, Absolute Ricky Starks. And introducing the champion, he is the Hollywood Heritage Champion. This is Watts.
Whole lot of respect and support in the Ocean View Pavilion for the reigning champion, Watts. Had many great moments here. Looking to make another one here at Milestone as Starks finds himself in a very hostile environment.
Very, very bad predicament is Starks in. Definitely might be a little bit different than what he's used to. Watts does not play around. That man is a beast. He is dangerous, and we are literally a bell away from sealing one of these two gentlemen's fate at Milestone.
Ricky Starks, though, has big match experience on NWA Power, had 2 consecutive victories over Aaron the Idol Stevens.
And Aaron the Idol Stevens is definitely not somebody that you should cast away either. Very, very big, very nasty, very aggressive. But of course, Watts is nothing to be played with. And and apparently Ricky Starks didn't get that memo because he is insulting Watts right here at his home turf.
Yeah, not to be played with, and Starks might find that out the hard way, courtesy of the squash god. And the elusive Ricky Starks early on in this matchup. Sticking and moving, sound strategy when you're in there with a dominant champion, the likes of Watts. And drops Watts down to a knee in the early going. That is impressive. At least it was.
And all good things must come to an end, Kenny Lee. But he's fighting his way out of it. He might be able to hold his own against the monster.
What a huge feather in the cap it would be for Starks if he can claim the Hollywood Heritage title. He's been on the hunt of the national championship and the National Wrestling Alliance. Trying to hang on and take the big man down. Watts now into a full mount, and this is not where you want to be. This could be over by TKO in a hurry. Referee taking a good look.
And to me, Kenny Lee, this is definitely a little bit of back and forth. Now, Watts might be up on top right now, but Ricky Starks just keeps coming back.
Now it's Watts that's elusive. It's Watts that's making a miss.
Tit for tat indeed. And look at the look that Starks just gave Watts, and look at the look of return that Watts gave Starks. This is going to be amazing, Kenny Lee.
Absolute Ricky Starks getting absolutely dismantled right there. Big shot by Watts, covering the center of the ring. Tough to kick out when the big man's got the cover.
Okay, Starks looks a little bit worse for wear. He took that foot from Watts in a very, very bad way, that is for sure.
Neck vice here by Watts. Like taking the bottle cap off of a bottle, and a big wide open right hand. Throwing heavy bombs is the Heritage champion, and we've seen this, a signature, that big fall-away slam, pillar to post.
And you know what that means, Kenny Lee? That never travels alone. It always travels in pairs. This crowd knows what's coming up, and Watts is all too happy to oblige.
We'll see if the champ elects to go back for seconds. Looks like that is going to be the case, much to the chagrin of the Stroke Daddy. Trying to get out of harm's way. Not happening.
You know what? Stroke Daddy tried. He gave a vital effort trying to bite the shoulder of Watts, did every single thing he could to make sure that he got out of that predicament. Unfortunately, Watts is very much in control.
Watts in total control here. Might be the beginning of the end if he can get that choke force. He's put away so many, breaking down the hands. Was the Stroke Daddy.
Stroke Daddy now getting pummeled by Watts. That is nasty.
Watts back in control. Our main event continues right after this.
Are you over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days? I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. Call now for this free book on maximizing your income in retirement. Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers from leading financial firm J.D. Milberg. That's right, free. This book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we're about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known truths we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. And it's free.
Call 800-715-6903.
As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched numerous products and summarized rates and benefits of annuities, all from Sentinel Security Life Insurance Company.
Call 800-715-6903. That's 800-715-6903.
Call now. Looks like you're not sleeping well.
How did you know? And Megan!
Hey! You're that guy!
The My Pillow guy!
That's right, and I'm here to help you get the best sleep of your lives. Just like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. I had tried every pillow out there and none of them worked. That's why I invented My Pillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck aligned. My Pillow will hold its shape all night long, regardless of your sleep position, for the best sleep of your life.
Call or go to mypillow.com. Use the promo code and save over 50% with Mike's 4-pack. You'll get 2 MyPillow premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. It's one of his best offers ever.
You're sleeping better.
Much better.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
We're back with more of our main event for the Hollywood Heritage Championship. Before the break, Watts tried to put this thing away with that sit-out choke power bomb, countered nicely by Starks, and Starks doing everything in his arsenal to try and get the big man down.
And it's definitely been a little bit of back and forth since then. Now Starks in a little bit of control, but it's only a matter of time before that wound above Starks' left eye gets more swelled and prevalent, and Watts is all too happy to take advantage of that. That is absolutely nasty. Watts could be very, very hurt at this point.
Watts is trying, you can see him, the champion, trying to get some feeling back in that hand. The pins and needles shooting through that arm. And Starks having no part of it. You take away that hand, you might take away the arsenal. You might take away the choke bomb.
Absolutely. A man like Watts depends on his hand to perform various moves, including that choke bomb. If you can't deliver that, and if your name is Watts, then what good are you at that point, Kennelly? Your title is very much at risk.
When I caught up with the Stroke Daddy earlier, I said, how are you going to contend with the size and strength of Watts? And he said, quite frankly, I'm gonna fight dirty. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. He used that momentum of Watts against him. Watts hit hard and heavy into that post, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, you might say, for Starks.
That's my kind of guy. You know, you have that mentality. Do whatever you can to win. Again now, especially at Milestone, especially in an event that's so incredibly important. You do every single thing you can to secure that victory, even if it means breaking the hand of Watts.
Drove the thumb of Watts right into that top turnbuckle. Again, you got to think just the shock waves of pain running through that entire arm and side of his body, and now picking up the pace with that drop kick. Do you think maybe he found, in essence, the one weakness, the Achilles heel, if you will, of the dominant champ?
Yeah, putting a little bit of kink in the chain is Starks. And this is something that we haven't really seen anybody do to Watts, at least as of recently. Watts is taking a brunt of punishment right now, and this is not the big man that we're used to seeing, Kennelly.
Getting dismantled right now by absolute Ricky Starks. Very resourceful. Question the antics if you want. Now, had that hand pinned between the post and the steps.
That is absolute. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. You could break somebody's hand so quickly with that, and I don't think Starks cares. And you know what? I don't care. Honestly, I don't care for Watts very much, but I definitely don't want somebody to go in there and not be able to ever return to that ring. And that's exactly what Ricky Starks is doing to Watts right now. He's punishing him so hard, he's putting him at risk for serious injury.
Starks had mentioned, hey, we're the same size. If I get you down on the mat, if I get you horizontal, that's where he's got him right now after the missile drop kick into the cover, count of 2. Heavy pressure being maintained here by the Stroke Daddy.
Ricky Starks is absolutely impressive, and the fact that the fans are not behind him in this match is well beyond me. The man has such incredible prowess and ring knowledge going in there and taking advantage of somebody the size of Watts. You have to give him credit, Kennelly.
I give him credit for what he's doing right now, and a top wrist lock. And again, that hand has been just brutalized. Shots to the midsection here by Big Nasty. Tries to pull him in for the clothesline. Did not happen. Look at this. Springboard into the tornado DDT. Watts is back to his feet, though. No effect. Turns him inside out. Take a helicopter tour of Hollywood.
I don't think anybody was expecting that, least of all Ricky Starks, who popped up, was showing a great deal of excitement, only to turn around and meet that line. That it turned him inside out.
That big cranium of Watts kissed the canvas, but he popped right up. Playtime might be over. An angry Watts is an extremely dangerous Watts. One-handed or not.
And remember, he only needs one hand to point to that music and signify that it's all over. If Watts can capitalize on this, he may be able to put it away. This might be it, Kennelly.
Watts with the drop kick. Again, just a spectacle. The athleticism of this monster and being on display even more so. The big man going upstairs.
If he hits this, it's over.
Nobody home for the clothesline. I think he caught that hand and wrist as well on the way down. More damage done. How are you going to go for a double leg on Watts?
No,
you might want to rethink that one.
Definitely not. Oh my goodness.
DNR, do not resuscitate. Is it going to be enough? Watts, it took him some time to get into that cover there because of the hand. He couldn't secure it.
That's the thing, and he didn't get all of that DNR. He didn't cover him well enough because of the hand. He is not all the man that he needs to be to cover up Starks. He has busted too much. He is hurting too much. Starks has put him through too much turmoil. But Watts now looking for this. You got to figure we'll test the strength of his hand right now.
Breaking down the hands with Starks there, that residual damage, that strategy coming to fruition perhaps. Oh, a spear from Starks! And he took the big man down somehow, some way, and almost put him away.
Oh,
have you ever seen anybody do that?
This is insane. I've never seen anybody treat Watts the way Starks is treating him right now, giving him a run for his money, making him doubt exactly why he came in here. He's not pointing to the music. He's not showing his cocky attitude now. Starks might be the man to slay the giant.
Never expected to see Starks take Watts down with a spear. He just did. He had the double butterfly lock. Well, I don't think you're going to have enough to do this. Swing and a miss, though. The hand again. The hand caught nothing but canvas. Those wood planks there. And again, you got to think the shockwaves running through the body of the champion. At some point, it might cost him for good.
Oh, Watts now raising his hand. Look,
Ooh,
and he's
elbows.
doing everything he can to not hit him with that hand. He hit him with the left hand. He hit him with the right elbow, doing every single thing he can to save whatever feeling he has left in that hand of his.
Watts had to call the audible. Maybe going to go open hand. No, caught.
Oh.
And attacking again is Starks. Starks using the body placement to do the unthinkable. To Watts. He does. Powerbomb. Center of the ring. Taste of his own medicine, but only a 2 count. Can you imagine if Stroke Daddy beat Watts with a powerbomb?
We were a fraction of a second away from seeing a brand new champion, Kennelly. This would have been the upset of all upsets, and what better place to do it than Milestone? Ricky Starks still has a chance, though. He might be able to put him away right then and now.
I mean, he is doing the unthinkable. This is going into like video game territory. It doesn't seem like reality. Short DDT, short flight, bad landing for Watts.
Look at Watts. Watts is glazed over. He doesn't know where he's at. He's rocked. He's ready. He is ready. Starks is ready to take this victory away from Watts. He is 1 second. No, what is this?
No. The question mark, you kidding me? Straight out of Monrovia? What the hell? No, now into the choke force, but Watts gonna take advantage. Watts wins.
Watts.
Here is your winner, and still Hollywood Heritage Champion, Watts!
Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed what you've seen for the last hour right here on ABC 13. That's all the show we have. We'll catch you next week. I'm David Marquez. Good night, everybody.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.